Well. Welcome to the Three-Man Podcast. You're probably confused because you're like, this is not what they usually do. They usually stream blah, blah, blah. No, not today. Today, we're having the Three-Man Podcast new segment with the three boys, as you usually know. This guy right here. Oh, yeah.
Hi, I'm Luca Ferrer, also known as Spartan118.
And then I'll be your host, Asher, known as the Mac Man. I don't know my numbers, but yes.
Well, if you need a number, you can take mine anytime.
Then we have the cameraman.
So we're doing pickup lines now, okay? Caleb, also known as Parzival, and the cameraman.
But yeah,
This is
this
the Three-Man Podcast.
Three-Man Podcast, baby. We'll be having segments as in talking.
Questions?
Questions, definitely. Put them in the comments.
And
Yeah,
despite my quick pickup, I think we should try to be serious, just a little bit serious. Nothing to,
serious. This is a serious podcast. Serious time for talking, and the streams are when we let go.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, welcome everyone to the Three-Man Podcast.
So if you're new joining us, we have made this world on, don't tell me, June 29th?
Close.
Or July?
Yep.
July 29th.
July 29th.
I forget what year. Was it 2023, 2022?
2023.
I think it was 2023.
Okay.
Sick.
Dude. And it all started with Caleb, who started. I made a lot of videos going back to the first real, his house. And
Caleb,
come to think of it,
pop up a picture of that, please.
yeah, you'll see it right here.
You'll see it right
Right there.
here, right by.
And come to think about it, we haven't done anything too special with the house itself. It's just kind of been sitting there. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's right there.
It would be cool if we could do plaques around Potatoville of historic landmarks. Like you'll see them sometimes in Tennessee and different places around the U.S.
Yeah, so right now it's a visiting place as where Caleb grew up in the town. Like a place where you go visit where Thomas Edison was born.
It was a really historic landmark.
Fun fact, you know where I lived? I actually lived in the town where he was born. And I had a field trip at one point at my school to go see his old house and everything. That's a little backstory about me.
Wait, actually?
I'm not joking.
No, wait, actually, you're not joking?
I'm not joking.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I forgot he was from Ohio. I honestly forgot he was from Ohio. So, in case you're new, I just want to give a quick rundown. So, basically, this is Potatoville. It's based off of potatoes, spuds, formerly known as, when they're younger.
You can see a giant farm over there.
Oh yeah, that thing has expanded so much, and it's taken so
shrank.
long. Yes,
So much to.
we should count. I forgot. We have record hall, but I don't know for certain how many buildings we have, but there's quite a few.
Oh,
Not
I actually have that.
including,
I actually have that.
Oh,
He does. Yeah,
I don't
he
have
does
it up
that.
here though. It was up to 60, maybe 80.
wow. And we're still building till this day, so Potatoville continues to expand. It's really amazing the amount of creativity that has been put into this world. I mean, you'll see things that are from such a diverse range of builds that
Yeah.
go from potato farms to literal barns. I mean, yeah, prison.
Prison.
There's a coliseum. There's so many different things. We have floating islands.
Or that's what islands. That's one thing. Ugly creeper head in the background.
Oh, I see it. Oh, it's so bad. This has been the newest one because a former potato villain has rejoined for temporary.
We'll talk about that in another podcast.
Yeah, we'll get that subject. We'll cover that subject in another.
Taken care of
episode.
once we figure out what's going on.
But like I was saying, it's crazy.
There's a backstory about him. The potato villain that joined lately hasn't been playing.
Yeah.
And joined back, quote unquote, and for a reason that we wouldn't think of.
Yeah, we'll cover that topic in our next episode.
We figure it out from the evidence, but next episode.
Something that's interesting to me is I'll see a lot of videos on YouTube about nostalgia in Minecraft. Sorry, boss. I'll see a lot of topics on YouTube, videos that are nostalgic edits of people on their Minecraft worlds, and something I'll always notice, it's always so, not simple I want to say, but it's like it's weird, it's unusual, because everyone has their own nostalgic place, but I mean,
yeah,
this is so diverse, you wouldn't expect so much in one place, Caleb, what do you think really inspired you to let everyone build, whatever they wanted?
Just to spread the creativity of this. Let people be free in their own world.
That's true. That's really inspirational.
That's wise words right there.
That is. I can go a mile. Asher, what do you remember being the first real build that you made that is memorable to you?
Like, are you talking favorite or just like
one that when you think of, I made that, like you see it in Potatoville, you're proud that you made it?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with.
Kind of changed.
It's a new one.
Ooh.
But I'm either gonna go with. It's a hard one. Hold on.
I know you really gotta sit down and think about it. I mean, there's so many. You'd be surprised how many builds we've made. Like all of us combined over the years.
Definitely the all. No, I'm joking.
We'll give context for that in a later episode.
Yeah. That one's special.
I meant to say ladder, not later. We can edit that out later, but later. Anyway.
I would probably say either my bee farm I'm really proud of.
Oh, see, I don't even know about this one yet.
Or my record store.
The record store's a good one. Did we just say that in synchronization?
Yeah, you said the exact same thing.
So I will say my favorite one of all time and the most memorable I will have of it is definitely the bar.
The bar, yes, for sure.
One of my
that's one I can agree on.
Every time will always be my favorite. And
it's
then my second one is definitely the record store.
Record store?
Definitely.
See that. Now, going backwards a little bit, what is your least favorite? What is one that you don't hate, but you just wish it would have turned out a little bit better?
I could leave all. My treehouse.
Your treehouse? Yeah.
We talking the original one?
We're talking about the second one. Not the first one. The second one. I wanted it to turn out like the Minecraft story mode treehouse, but it didn't turn out like that at all. And I never got to finish it, and I was really mad, but it looked really ugly, so... But I turned it into some weird little box thing, and I don't like it at all. And now, I live with it.
Yeah, which is awesome, dude. We've all had that one build. I feel like everyone can admit in Minecraft, you always picture something, or at least in the beginning, how you want it to look, and then you build it, and it just doesn't turn out. That's a really good breaking point for like
Yeah,
maturing in Minecraft. 'Cause you're like, oh, I don't know how to build, or at least I've gone through that several times. I don't know about anyone else
Yeah.
personally, but
yeah.
Believe
Asher,
What about you, Luca?
man.
well,
What about
that's tough.
What's one of
For
your
me,
favorites?
I mean, I haven't built a lot, to be honest, in Potataville. One of the projects I helped out with that felt really good to make was, let me think about this one. That's really tough. I had one in mind. There's so many. I really think that my barracks turned out well, better than I pictured. There was one that I can't remember. I don't know. I think probably yeah, my barracks. And the OG helicopter, that one was my favorite. That one was definitely one of my favorites, the helicopter.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite ones probably has to be the Coliseum, because I didn't build it, but I felt like, I kind of helped out with that one, and like more than I did. And there's nothing too critical I want to say. I just pictured it being bigger, which there's nothing wrong with the size it is now, and I pictured it being more dramatic in a way. But yeah, Caleb, turning to you now, I know that's going to be really tough because you've built, I want to say, 50% of things that you can see.
Yeah, I would say 50%. Even beyond.
Yeah. So far, if you can't list your favorite, can you at least give me your top three? I know, dude, it's tough.
Actually, there's a couple, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
I want to say my restaurant for one.
Ooh,
Because
that's good.
that was
Ooh,
inspiration from another world that I had a bunch of people on, but we just never really kept that one going like we did this one. My house is great. One of the best builds I've probably done.
I'm sorry, is that current or past?
Current house.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That I live with Asher.
Yes, sir.
Because that one was really good. Gonna make a lot of memories with that one, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
And probably either my barn or my original house for the final one.
Really?
Because the functionality of both and just the nostalgia of making them. I want to say those were the first two builds.
Yeah?
I believe so.
I remember the barn when I first joined Potataville, because
I was impressed.
Yeah, I was too, to be honest, because I remember going in for supplies and always asking, hey, can I borrow something? And it would always be yes, because that's, you can always get stuff from Caleb because he's really reliable with the resources. And inside the barn, it was always so organized and neat. I felt almost bad taking from it. Because there'd always be something in the barn that was extra scraps that you could use. And it still stands to this day. I think it's so organized. It's so well built.
Yeah.
Dude.
I could think of one, Caleb, for you too. I was thinking about your windmill.
That's a good one, but that would go along the lines of, I feel like it could have been better.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I see what
makes you say that? Is it the propellers themselves, or?
Somewhat the propellers, also the materials could have been better picked.
Yeah.
And
I feel like it does fit in well with the area, though.
it fits in well, but
Definitely.
I also had a crunch of space because I wanted to keep the graph style, where each square is actually, by memory, 11 by 11.
That's so organized.
Besides the sugar cane, because it goes along a curve of the river.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I have another one of mine that I was really proud of, or had
Yeah.
fun spending time with, is my little hut on top of the mountain.
Oh yes.
It
Yeah.
looks like a witch
Oh,
hut, but
yeah.
that was really cool.
I don't know if you
For
can
I
sure.
remember I was like, I just want to get away. I remember like I was kind of bored. I was like, I'm just gonna go and spend some time up in a hut.
That's something that I feel like is one of the most underrated builds that isn't too noticeable. Yet its subtleness is so impressive.
It's more of a, you find the pathway up to it and then you see it. And
Yeah.
plus you can also see it from the ground too. You're like, oh, what's that? I want to go see that.
I don't know why when I first saw it and I was up there, it reminded me of a Japanese styled kind of, I don't know how to put it, a structure that your pathway goes up to it. I don't know, it's been a while, but I thought it had that kind of, at the time, architecture to it with the arcs and everything.
I feel like the arcs.
I'll definitely put pictures in, but what?
I feel like the arcs are less of Egyptian, or less of Japan, and more like. 'Cause you know how arcs were more. Wait, did you mean architects or arcs?
Like, the arches, sorry, I shouldn't have said arcs. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
like you know, like how, shoot, I don't have a good example on my hands.
Arcs or arches were more along the Roman. Was it Roman?
I can see Roman, yeah, Roman or Greek because of the aqueducts and different bridges and things.
I kind of can see how you got the Japan from it, though.
Yeah, it's more metaphoric for Japanese.
No, yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm curious. I'm gonna go down the line of all of us, but really starting at Asher, what would you say is one of your most nostalgic builds that you just recognize and it makes you feel nostalgic? Not that you have built or whatever.
Just like in general, like one.
Yeah, just in general.
Ooh, okay. I want to say not my first, but my top 5. I will put the hotel.
Ooh, that one's good.
I was like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be super cool. That's one of them. I want to say my top. I know my top one, but my second, I want to say, probably pig racing.
Oh yes.
Finishing that finally, being like, oh, complete. That's amazing.
That sure took
I need to do that sometime. Yes, it did.
While.
Took a while. Holy moly.
I want to say, I'm just gonna put that in my top 3 now. So I want to say just, hotel, then pig racing, and my top first one is definitely the beach house.
Yes.
The beach house was amazing, bro.
That was a classic. That was a classic for, I want to say, come up front and say for all of us, because to me, it's like a memory for me. It's less nostalgic than it is more of a memory, because I feel like I remember being so excited planning it, and that's how I found my zombie piglin, and there was just so much going on. It was such a different time, because we were all away from Potatoville. It was like a vacation.
It was so
we were already on vacation. Yeah.
Nothing like that would have happened on a daily basis in Potatoville. And a lot of things
for sure
on a daily basis in Potatoville.
I feel like that really broke off a branch of us taking in Potatoville and actually branching off and exploring more and actually taking like not really, don't really want to say like comfort zone, but like our daily activities of what we do.
Yes.
But that really like took that was like a really big rest point or break. And we just got to hang out as like friends.
I get that so much, because it's such a different time, because usually we just hang out in Potatoville. Either we're working on projects, running around, building stuff.
Yeah.
I definitely can agree with that. Caleb, how about you?
Can you repeat the question?
What is one thing that, well, it can be multiple, obviously, that is really nostalgic for you, build-wise, that it doesn't have to be by a specific person, just something that when you pass by it in Potatoeville, or vice versa, is just, you get this sense of nostalgia.
Could have really just brought this one at first.
Okay.
The potato farm.
I knew it.
It really, that was a lot of leadership there on my end.
Yeah.
I know you weren't there, but at the time I was giving everybody instructions. I was telling you guys work on like expanding this lined out area. Some people, I think it was you, Asher, that worked on the chests.
Oh yeah.
I remember staying up
I
like...
I will say, I feel like that was like basically the beginning of it,
Yeah.
and that really established like the leader in Caleb. And I feel like like really like set like Caleb, like that's when we first like found out like what we would like our jobs would be or something, and like that first like made a branch off of that.
I
And still to this
totally
day,
agree.
Caleb is the leader.
Which is crazy, because I mean, even though I wasn't there, the impact of it, seeing the photos of Caleb being with Mateo in that picture, and it's weird to look at it from third perspective, but it's kind of metaphorical, because I think he's standing slightly above Mateo, or Mateo's walking or something, but it's cool because it shows his leadership role throughout Potatoeville until this day. And I can't imagine being in that position of, you know, just do this, do that. That would be awesome. And it still shows today. Dude.
Yeah. Dude, what
For
about
me,
you?
it's not. For me, one I really definitely have to say is the house I renovated, the little hut on Mateo's house with the cherry trees, because I mean, first of all, that was the first place I stayed, and originally it was just a storage room. But I was so new at the time, I didn't have enough resources to make a house. And it wasn't that no one donated, but they were just so busy with other projects that you can still see to this day that I didn't really have anywhere else to stay, and I was just kind of off and on irregularly, I should say. I still am glad that I put the cherry trees by it and made it kind of a like rentable house.
Do you remember like the original where it wasn't like a furnace area?
Oh, yes, there was. It was a bunch of furnace. That's right. It wasn't a storage room. It was a furnace area. I remember that.
Yeah, because I built it because I was bored, making a little furnace room. Filled the whole flipping room with furnaces.
Oh yeah.
And there's like a little upstairs area, like where
The little upstairs area had nothing. There was nothing
No,
in
there
it.
was like one chest and a bunch of
one storage. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Literally, I remember all I had was one chest and a bed. That was it. That's crazy. Another one I definitely have to say is probably Asher's house, his old house that is now my current house. Because I remember always being near that area for some reason. I think it was because there was a cave back there, and I originally wanted to build my house by the cave, kind of tucked away back behind Asher's. Where you can now see the map room. And I was thinking about this the other day, how weird it would have been if, when I started out differently, if I had got the resources, built a house somewhere, and just settled down there, instead of taking the different routes that I did and making that little underground cave area, which has got to be my third place and my final one. Because I just remember at first it was so secretive, and I was going to make a big thing and something, I don't know, surprise you guys and be like, check it out, I'm new, but I still was able to build this after a series of weeks. And it was so nostalgic for no reason. It was just a little hole in the ground with a couple chests, but it was so interesting to me.
That just shows, though, how one tiny thing can be a memory of years.
Honestly, that's so true. It's weird how this game, not just this world, can go for anyone that's played it. If you just spend enough time and then drop it. I mean, not drop it, but I don't know how to explain it, man. You just gotta be there. I'm saying that while smiling because this is just so weird, talking about all this and then visualizing being on my phone and being upstairs after school when I was so new that I had to buy Minecraft on my phone. And this was like the only reason I did. It's just incredible. I remember everyone was joining from school. Jackson, all of them.
We had Jackson, Daniel, Kylie. We had a whole bunch of people.
It was so many.
Fun fact, before, like, this original world was actually, so.
Yeah.
I remember I would play on my phone in this world until I can't remember what button it was, but the button I was pressing would begin to be so hot I could feel my thumb getting warmer, because that's how long we would do this for.
Mm-hmm.
Go for hours at a time.
That's crazy. That's insane, man. Something that I think is so weird is, I mean, it's only been 1 year so far?
Almost 2, actually.
But almost 2? It's weird to think about how if you had never made duplicates of this world, or if that power surge that we had that one night did delete the game while it was running, how everything would just come to a stop. And everything would either have to be began again or replaced with something better. Which I kind of want to lead to a follow-up question. If that did happen and we held a vote, would you rather have restarted rebuilding Potatoville from memory and photos, or have started something different and new, as in a different ville or neighborhood, as in Watermelonville, something like that, something along the lines of that?
I'd have to go with something different and new.
Really?
You can't.
I'm shocked to hear that from you.
You can't recreate what was so good before.
Oh, that hits hard.
I feel like I feel like same with you, Caleb. I feel like that would have just gone like really boring really fast.
That's true. Now that
you would try and think and be like, oh, this was here and this was here, but you just don't want to redo everything we've done here.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I hear it in words, it does make more sense to me to restart new. That's crazy to think about, but yeah, I think I would agree. Wow.
All right. Well, I think that concludes the 3-Man podcast for today.
And remember, everybody, this is just episode 1. There will be more.
Episode 1 of many. Many, many, many. Excuse me. This is how probably roll for more episodes. Just us yapping the whole entire time. Mostly Luca.
Sorry.
What? I was just joking.
And there will be less serious podcasts, hopefully.
Oh yes, we cannot forget about guests.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Guests too.
Hopefully some more guests. But we will see you next week.
And remember,
Sounds
for one
good.
final thing, if you have questions for any of us, put them in chat. We'll answer
or
them.
comment below, please.
We will react and answer those questions.
Yeah, we'll hold a Q&A.
Every episode, definitely. But yeah, we will see you in the next one.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us here today.